Good morning, grade 11 students. Welcome to our speaking session for today. In our lesson today, we are going to discuss adventure holidays. So in this lesson, we are going to cover two main objectives. First, you are going to discuss the key highlights of 3 adventure holidays. Second, you will express your opinion about the most appealing holiday. Alright, let's get started. So in this activity, we are going to play a crossword game. You will solve clues to reveal words connected in a crossword puzzle. So let's play. An organized journey for a particular purpose. Think about a word that reveals this meaning, an organized journey. Let's write, for example, travel and check. Oops, this is incorrect. So let's try again. It's a journey for a particular purpose, like exploration, for example. We can say it's expedition. Let's check. Yes, very good. That's true. Next one. An unusual, exciting, and possibly dangerous trip or experience. It's dangerous, so it might be an adventure. Let's check your answer. Very good. Next one. A trip to watch, photograph, or hunt wild animals in their natural environment. It might be safari. Let's check. Yes, that's true. The activity of walking long distances on foot for pleasure. It might be hiking. Let's check. Oops, that's incorrect. Okay, there is another word. We can say trekking. Let's submit it. Oh, yeah, that's correct. All right, next one. The activity of staying in a tent on holiday. That's absolutely camping. Let's check. Yes, that's true. And the last one, a recreational activity and competitive air sports. I think through the picture I can understand that this is gliding. Let's spell it correctly. Absolutely correct. Alright, now move on to your student book, page 42 and 43. Let's read the rubric. Talk in pairs. First, read the extracts on your own, then work together to answer the questions that follow. So these are the 3 extracts. You have to read them very well before starting thinking about ideas to discuss these questions. Alright, let's start with the first bullet point. What are the highlights of these adventure holidays? What's the meaning of the word highlights? What is it meant by highlights? It means the best or the most exciting, entertaining, or interesting part about something. So we are going to go through the extracts and find the highlights of these adventures. So this is the first one, which is going on adventure holiday in Costa Rica. And I hope that you have already read or skimmed the text. So let's read this. Our unique system of trails, bridges, and zip lines will enable you to explore and discover one of the 7 natural wonders of Costa Rica in a variety of interesting ways. Alright, what do you think is the key highlight about this one? The highlight of the holiday in Costa Rica is the unique system of trails, bridges, and zip lines. So, trails, bridges, zip lines that enable you to experience and discover the Monteverdi cloud forest from up close. Alright, how about going on an expedition to Antarctica? So an expedition means a journey undertaken by a group of people with a particular purpose, especially to explore a place. Let's focus on the underlined phrases here. Breathtaking beauty, the spectacular sights and magnificent wildlife, which includes penguins, seals, and whales. Breathtaking, spectacular, magnificent are extreme adjectives used to describe that the place is really very, very good. Now let's share the answer about the key highlight. So the highlight of the expedition to Antarctica is, in my opinion, see here how the opinion phrase is placed in the middle. You don't have to place it in the very beginning. So let's repeat it. The highlight of the expedition to Antarctica is, in my opinion, the actual landscape itself, which is extremely dramatic, or we can say striking, and awe-inspiring. Awe-inspiring means impressive, formidable. You can say also amazing. Alright, so don't forget, this continent is called Antarctica. Alright, now going on a camel trekking safari in Morocco. Let's read the first part of the passage. Set off on a camel adventure and cross the towering sand dunes of Erg Chigaga, Zagora and Erg Chebi while taking in the beauty of the magnificent Saharan landscape, which means the amazing desert. Explore the World Heritage Site of Qasba'at bin Hattu, 17th century settlement on foot, and learn about the history, lifestyle, and cuisine of the locals. So you can also, in this adventure holiday, you can explore the World Heritage Site, which refers to a historic cultural building. And you can try the cuisine, means their local food. So as for camel trekking safari, the highlight is witnessing or seeing the golden sand dunes and exploring or discovering the 17th century settlement. Alright, now let's move on to the next question. How do these holidays differ? So we are going to identify the differences between these holidays, and they are crystal clear. Alright, now let's go through the landscape and activities of the three adventure holidays, starting with Costa Rica Adventure Holiday. We're going to display some phrases from the passage. It's about the Monteverdi Cloud Forest and the reserve of Costa Rica. So the reserve is a protected area for wildlife. As for the activities, 6-day eco tour gliding. Going now to Antarctica expedition. For the landscape, you can witness the white continent with its magnificent wildlife, which includes penguins, seals, and whales, which is of course totally different from the forest. And for the activities, you can find kayaking, camping, trekking, ski touring, and field photography. Move on to Morocco trekking safari. You can witness or you can see the magnificent Saharan landscape or desert, Dra Valley with its green oases and exotic palm trees, the Valley of the Roses where locals grow Damascus roses. As for the activities, you can play tam-tam drums with local nomads next to a campfire and sleep under the starlit night sky and discover the Dra Valley. As you can see here, there is a big difference between the adventure holidays And we can say that the landscapes differ dramatically or significantly or clearly, and so do the activities that one can engage in. Now move on to the next question. Which one do you think would be more challenging and why? What's the meaning of the word challenging? Something challenging means that it's difficult in a way that tests your ability and determination. It is demanding. Well, I think that both the expedition to Antarctica and the camel trekking safari in Morocco would be challenging because of the extreme weather conditions. So the meaning of extreme weather conditions means either too cold or too hot. Move on to the next question. Which adventure holiday would you choose? Here you are going to express your opinion, your preferences. Alright, now can you think of any phrases to express your preferences? To talk about your favorite things, hobbies, adventure? Let's share some answers. If I had to choose, I would go for, and of course you mentioned the favorite or the preferable thing here. I think if I were to choose one, I would choose, and same thing here, what is your favorite holiday or adventure? I'd rather or I prefer. Alright, and of course after I'd rather, use a verb. Let's share an answer. All three seem interesting, but I think if I were to choose one, I would choose the adventure holiday in Costa Rica, mainly because I have always wanted to try zip lining. This is the zip lining. Move on now to the last question. What features of this holiday make it more appealing to you? The word features here means what characteristics, alright? So what is special, okay, about this holiday and make it more appealing or more interesting? Alright, let's share an answer. I like forests. Of course, this answer is personal and may differ from one person to another. You might like deserts, you might like Antarctica. So I like forests, so the idea of spending my holiday in one that has such a rich diversity of local birds. When I say diversity of local birds means many different or various local birds, plants and animals appeals to me. So the idea of, and you choose the idea, appeals to me means interests me. Alright, so it is very important to ask yourself a question by the end of each class. What I learned today. Now let's recall some of the new vocabulary that you've learned today. Expedition, very good. Trekking, Saharan. Landscape, the highlights, awe-inspiring, dramatic, appealing, magnificent, etc. So a robust vocabulary improves all areas of communication, listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Alright, so before we end this class today, please do the homework, which is further practice, so you can prepare yourself to talk about the topic in the cue card. This is all for today. Thank you so much for your attendance. Don't forget to do all the related assignments on the Microsoft Teams.